Hello, it is Sister Guard here. Hopefully having a great day. I'm having a great day. We're back today in a Rise crossover, which is a anime game that is now released into beta that is a beautiful mix of solo leveling anime and anime fighters. This is the best way I can describe it, and that's kind of how they describe themselves. So I'm going to take y'all all the way from the beginning, give you all tips and tricks for starting out. We're going to go over units, how to get them, money, gems, dungeons. Then we're going to go into the mid game where how you can get mounts, all the different islands, and then late game and how to get some of the best units in the game. So this is basically going to be your complete guide for Anime Rise. So let's get on into it. I'm going to break this up into chapters down below. So if you want to navigate to a certain point where you're at, you're more than welcome to do that. But if you want to watch the whole thing, I'd also greatly appreciate that too. Let's get right on into the beginning of the game. Alright, so when you enter the game, you're going to start off with nothing. Absolutely nothing. You're going to start off over here in Solo Leveling Town. There are going to be some things to note. There is a weapon shop. All the islands, which there are 3 in total, have these. This is where you're able to upgrade your personal weapon. I'm going to let you know by endgame, you don't do that much. So, not too fret about this. Pretty much past solo leveling, but there is that. There is a spawn point. You can actually designate where you would like to spawn on the map. This is actually pretty important because later on when we're dealing with dungeons, you're going to want to be able to get to them quickly, and you can also redo the dungeons. So being able to go back to that exact island, not having to travel there immediately, kind of helps. So from when you have started the game, 2 things you need to do. Like the game so that you can get auto arise and auto click. So do that real quick. All right, once it has basically said, hey, you have verified, then you're good to go. Next thing you're going to do as you are starting out, you're going to want to find one of these little goobers. One of these little starting red guys, and we're going to want to punch them. Let's go ahead and start punching them. Now this is going to be very slow in the beginning. Something to go and help, and one of the only codes I know, which is beta. Go ahead and hit send. It's going to give us $250. So what you can go ahead and do is go back to the store. And you can go ahead and get the jeweled rods. So you do 7 damage. Go over to the inventory item. Go ahead and hit equip. We're going to be getting a ton of these later on, so just giving you a little bit of a heads up there. But yeah, much better. Now you can work together to kill different mobs. I'm going to recommend you not do that too much, because unless you do a significant portion of the damage, you will not get the chance to arise a unit. Now what is arising a unit? Basically, you get to use that unit. So it's automatically arising it for me. And this is also how we get money and gems in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off auto arise once he gets to near low health. It says you can destroy for 1 gem. So this is how you get gems in the game. But we have gone ahead and arised unit. You can hit equip best. That'll be the best thing to do. So now that you have a unit, go ahead and get a full team of 4 once you're starting out. So let's go ahead and get a full team of 4. Now with your unit, you can make them attack with you. You do have to hit the button for them to attack. I wish they had an auto attack. That would be nice. Now we just got an upgraded unit. So this one is going to be slightly better than these guys starting off. So if you hit equip best, that is always going to equip the best unit that's going to level up. Now we're getting E-ranked units right now. As you saw in the beginning of the clip, I had SS and S. Their rank determines how high their level can be. So E just starts off at max of level 50. And once you get up to SS, you're going to be looking at level 200. And that's going to be where the big damage is. Once you have a full team of those basic starter guys, like I do now. So we have a full 4 units. So now that you have a full team of 4 guys, so that way you can actually attack stuff, I'm going to show you where to go to get some of the more basic units to get started. And I'm going to explain the ranking system and how to get better units, especially in the starting island. Now up here on this little hill, there is a login law. This guy looks super big. This is what is called a brute. So these are the big guys. What these do is these drop units that are above E rank. So they can drop D, they can drop C. I've even heard people getting S and higher. But that's not what we're after. We're going after his little form first, just so we can get the best units possible. So if you just keep going down this bridge, you will meet them. So we're going to go ahead and get those guys. It's going to take a while for us to kill them. So if you want to level up your guys a little bit beforehand, you're more than welcome to. Now I'm also going to turn off in the settings, camera shake, and a bunch of these other effects because I don't really want them anymore. We've done the pretty. Also, I'm going to highly recommend that you go ahead and change this to where it's always day cycles, so it's not, because it does go to night. Go ahead and do always run. That'll also help you out so that you're moving a little bit faster. Now, if you don't want to spend 20 years in the beginning going after that one guy, honestly, if you fall down this bridge, this gentleman right here, you can go after him. So that is kind of the starting point of the game. What you need to do, especially for solo leveling, you need to go ahead and try to get the big man up top. He's going to be the better unit that you can get in the overworld. Now, where you get the best units in the game is actually in the dungeons. So we're going to go over dungeons, where to get mounts, all that good jazz. With my main account, you can kind of see all that. All right. So now that you know how to get units and you're getting started over on solo leveling, I'm going to show you where to get mounts to be able to move throughout the game, because this game is a little bit big, a little bit chunky, and you're going to want to be able to move pretty quickly through the different areas. So as I mentioned before, all the items have a weapon shop and a spawn point. Usually it's right in this little dock area that kind of connects it. The map is set up like a pentagram. So I'm going to go ahead and show a picture that they have on the Discord. I would highly recommend that. I'm also going to put a link to the Trello down below just so you'll have access to that too. But this shows the island locations for where the units are and where the mounts are. So one of the mounts that you basically can't get from that area, it's over here in the boat shop. So the boat shops, it's the same everywhere. We have these 3 simple boats. As soon as you can get the little goat, I would highly recommend getting it. It's going to be a lot easier to use. And it's super fast. So if we go over here to mounts, you're going to have 3 different types of mounts. You're going to have a ground mount. You can see I'm using the monarch horse. We have an aquatic. So this is going to be if you're in the water. We have a flying one. I'm going to show you how to basically use these once you've acquired them. So if you're in the water and you would like to summon your mount, you hit M, it'll magically rise out of the water. So you can go ahead and get on your boat. Now, when you see the thing above the screen, a wild mount has appeared. There are 3 islands in that little pentagram I showed y'all earlier that you'll be able to get them. So basically, if you go in between all the islands and then out, these are where these islands are. So I'm over here on the One Piece Island. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to find them if you're hunting for them. Only one person in the server can get these, so if you do have a private server, it's a little bit more OP. But basically, there's these little jetting islands out of the ground. So when you see a wild mount has appeared, there is one of those mounts that you saw I was showing earlier. There's either a flying mount or one of those ground mounts all the way up at the top. But unfortunately, it doesn't tell you which one it's at. So we're going to go up here, check right here, and check right here, because the horse will spawn on this upper hump. Don't see anything? Okay, we're going to go to the next island. Now, even if you already have your mount summoned for the boat, you can go ahead and hit M again, and you can resummon it. So we're currently in between One Piece and Solo Leveling Island. Let's go ahead and go in between Solo Leveling and Naruto. Now, the order for basically how easy or difficult the islands are is Solo Leveling is starting. Naruto, or Ninja Village, is going to be our second island, and then One Piece is the current final island. So that is for difficulty and for where you would get the best units. So the best units are currently going to be located in the One Piece stuff. So that includes dungeons, that also includes the overworld. There is our island to the left. Now, some of them, like the horse and the dragon, you'll be able to see from the ground. We're going to go over dungeons here in a moment. Okay, so in between One Piece and... so in between Solo Leveling and Naruto, it is not here. So it is going to be in between Naruto and One Piece. Okay, this is the final island. Go ahead and take a look. So the mount's going to be here. Now, the 4 current mounts that I know of are the following. So I'll go ahead and show my inventory. We're going to have Monarch Horse, Falcon, or Hover. And then we're going to have Salamanta. So I'll show you some screenshots of when I found them when I was playing. Or at least those two. If there's another one, I know there's one you can get if you were AFK at the very, very start of the game. I do not have that one. And I don't have the content creator role yet. So I don't have the other mount. So there is another one, but it is very, very much so locked behind alpha players and content creators. Now, we're going to go over dungeons. Overworld, best you can probably get is C while you're grinding. But this game has this lovely thing called dungeons. So these spawn at these points during the day. So basically at the turn of the hour and the half hour. These are globally, which means they spawn for everyone at the same time, same place. They are the same rank. So this one is over on Brom Island. So let's go back to Brom Island real quick. Now, if you have a ground mount, if you hit M, it'll summon it on the ground. Now, if you do have a flying mount, you do need to kind of be in the air, and then you can summon them. Now, we have a very rare red portal. This is not normally what I would show you, but this will actually help prove my point. So all the dungeons have a ranking system. This one goes all the way up to S. They start at E and we have S. So we're going to go ahead and create and join. You can do this with multiple people. Just be aware you will be sharing rewards. I get to show y'all a red portal. That's cool. I haven't seen one yet. It is a dark dungeon. I don't know what this means. We're going to find out together. Luckily, I have some of the best units you can get in the game currently. So let's go on in. As you heard me say, the best dungeon is an S rank. And you're like, how do you have double S? Well, every single dungeon, no matter if it's an E or if it's S, you have a chance to get higher ranked units in them. And what do I mean by higher ranked units? Is you can get S ranked units. You can also get double S ranked units from these. So that's what that means. I don't know if I can do this dungeon solo. We are going to find out. But this is cool. But how the dungeon works is you're going to be given a multitude of rooms with enemies. You defeat them. This is a really good way to level your units, by the way, because these guys are level 54. Most of the guys on the map maybe reach up to 28. And these guys apply the exact same way as the overworld mobs. You have a chance to get them once you have defeated them. Now, the dungeons in the overworld only last for 15 minutes out in the overworld. However, you are able to redo these multiple times if you wish. And we got that one. That's cool. So we got another S rank unit. Also in dungeons, you have a chance to get a bunch of other items. These can be included from weapons to gems to gold. Which gold, what you use that for, or tickets, is to restart dungeons. So I'll show you all that when we do a dungeon that isn't this one, because there is no way I'm going to be able to finish this multiple times. So basically, for informational purposes, a red dungeon or a dark dungeon is going to be basically all brutes, so all the big guys. And as you can tell, they have a lot of health. I'm going to let you know this is not the normal health that these guys have. Unless this is a stupidly short one, I don't think I'm going to be clearing it, unfortunately, which I wish I could show y'all that. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So yeah, you have a 15-minute timer when you get in, and the dungeon is out for 15 minutes. So let's see if we can get an easier one, and I can kind of show y'all how that mechanic works. That was cool. I have never seen a red one. But since we are out of the dungeon, this is going to be the last zone. So this is the One Piece Island. Now, things you're going to look for while you are here is go ahead and go after the brutes. The best one on the island you're going to want to go after, especially if you're just doing overworld and you haven't been able to get a dungeon yet. All the way back here, looking for the light admiral. The best unit that you're looking for is going to be the double S unit. So this can drop from any S dungeon. And the bosses. So let's go ahead and go over the bosses, because there's 3 unique bosses currently. These guys also have some really good stats. So let me go ahead and equip them and then kind of show y'all them. So we have Icarus. So that's going to be from solo leveling. So that's our first one. We then have Naruto, or Dor, and that's going to be from the Naruto area. And then we have Mihawk. So that is from One Piece. So y'all can kind of see them right here. So they are significantly bigger. They also have this, what's called Epic. That does not determine their max level. Their max level is determined by their rank. So D, as you can see, the max you can get for that is 750. This guy's not leveled up, so he is C would put him at 100. And I have a S tier Mihawk, so that is a 175. That's a lot of damage. Like a lot of damage. So my Mihawk does 2.34 billion, which is not too bad. It is not my best in the game, which currently is Snake Man from Naruto. He does 3.43 billion. And then we have two double S ranks from the solo leveling that do 2.95 billion and then 1.28 billion. Now, that is the difference in the best unit for that area and the not best unit for that area. So that's, yeah, over double. So in-game, what you're going to be looking for is you're going to be looking for those S-rank characters. And that double S-rank characters, not necessarily the bosses. So I'm going to wait for another dungeon so I can kind of show y'all how this works. And the drops and all that good jazz. So give me a minute while I wait for that to happen again. And yeah, so it should only be about 8 minutes, actually. You can get this pretty quick. I would recommend joining the Discord because they generally will tell you, hey, this current dungeon's out right now. So you can go run over and go get in. Now, one thing I did forget to mention, you want to keep auto arise on at all times because here's the deal. You can sell the units you pick up. And that's going to be a great source of money, especially when, yeah, you're playing. So big tidbit, if you get a ton of units, just keep selling them. All right, we do have another dungeon. I am going to be looking for it. There's a few spots that they can pop up on every island. Sometimes they can be a little difficult. Ah, basketball court. Okay. So we got another S rank, so let's go ahead and start. So this one was a normal one. As you saw, it was a light blue hue. This is not a dark dungeon. So let's go ahead and get it. That way y'all can see what a solo leveling S rank dungeon is. Now, if you're having problems with the S rank dungeons, maybe try like a C or a B first. Get some of the units from there, and then you should be able to clear an S, at least for solo leveling, pretty easily. I will have to say the One Piece one can get a little rough. The boss I had when I completed mine to get Mihawk was 4 trillion. It was a little rough. It was a little rough. Yeah, just FYI, yeah, 4 trillion is a lot. So I'm gonna power through this dungeon real quick, bring y'all along. That way I can show y'all the respawn mechanic, because I do actually want some double S rank units. So I'm gonna have to stay in here for a hair. And I did not set my spawn point over here, so I'm gonna be in trouble. Yeah, that would be one thing I would do immediately when the dungeon spawns, especially if you find out it's an S rank, is go set your spawn point to that island. And your units can go out ahead of you, as you can see what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get my Arise out of these guys, and my units are able to go ahead of me. You will get lucky sometimes and just get these 2-person corridors, which are super nice. Oh, and I got them back to back. Let's go. Now, I did get a weapon drop, so I got a Twin Blades. Yes, it does 16 damage. Guess what? I can't use that. Unfortunately, it does not scale up with what rank you are for what weapon you get. So just kind of keep that in mind that while you're doing things like solo leveling, it's gonna give you garbage doo-doo butter. Alright, and we have made it to the boss room. Let's see if we can go ahead and get the boss. Nope, we did not. But the dungeon's only been out for 10 minutes, which means we can go back in and do this. So let me show you how that works. And you get gold or tickets. I like calling it gold. I think it'd be better if it's called gold. Okay, so when you go back, portal's still up as 3 minutes. You can spend gems, you can spend those tickets, and you can basically refresh. I have way too many gems, so I'm going to go ahead and redo this. I'm going to go through, see if we can get a good drop. Now, dungeon still says 15 minutes. So even if you go in and there's only 2 seconds left when that portal on the outside is open, you can still go in. It's not going to kick you out. So if you can breeze through these because you got a group or something, I would highly recommend doing that. Hey, look at there. We picked up another double S unit. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and hit equip best. That is beautiful. I will take that. That means I can just kind of fly by these guys and not care. But yeah, there you go. That is how that works. You can get units above the rank of which you're getting. I don't know if there's triple S's. As someone who has played this game for a while, or played this game in Anfield or knows, let me know. I don't think so. Alright, let's hope for an S rank burn-in. Or Igris. Yay! We got one. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, no. I can't even use him. See, as you can see, he's gonna have better stats. That's sad. It makes me cry. But there you go. Hopefully that guide was helpful in getting your stuff, and hopefully y'all can progress pretty quickly. So if y'all have any comments about the video I made or want any other guides, please let me know, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!